Thank you, Chairman. I think I have an impossible job to sum up because I'd need a lot more than 5 minutes, so I'm not going to. Thank you very much for reminding me. I am going to read the asks of the motion. Ever so simple. Excuse me for sitting down. Council therefore asks the Chief Executive to invite the Mayor of the CPCA, political leaders of both strategic and all 5 second-tier authorities, together with the Chief Executives of the organisations and the Chief Executive of the GCP, as well as the Chair of the CPCA Business Board, to an initial meeting to discuss how to arrive at potential solutions that do not rely on any element of road charging. Second point, the leaders of the joint administration at Cambridgeshire County Council to consider whether there's any further influential decision makers that should be invited. That's what you're turning down. That's what all the rhetoric from wannabe MPs that we just heard, who want to blame everything in the world on the government when you're elected as county councillors. Take some responsibility. This is what you're doing, right? If you want to talk about the political infighting, what about the speech made by Councillor Machini blaming the Lib Dem for wrecking the thing, backed up by one of her colleagues earlier, that was made at the GCP? What about that? Look, this is absolutely straightforward. I really am surprised, not shocked. Nothing shocks us in this room anymore, does it? I am actually quite surprised at the level and the heat of this debate. And I tell you what this is. This reminds me of any David Attenborough programme you want to watch, and the fledglings are in the nest. And they know that the next leap is really, really critical, and it's a big one. But actually, you've got to trust your mother and jump out of that nest and get to go on with the others, and then you'll learn to fly. Get around the table and talk. It's the only way to do it. Keep bringing up to us all your prescribed answers that you know best, right? And if you want an example, I think it was Councillor Boulat, forgive me, I ran out of paper on my notes, but I think it was Councillor Boulat that said, the council, the Cambridge-centric thing. You know, the only way we get to see a bus in Isleham is if we watch EastEnders. Fact. It's the only way we get to see a bus. We don't know what a bus looks like, right? And there are many, many people out there like that. And yet you're talking about, God, we have to wait 20 minutes for a bus. You know, it's just ridiculous. We want to sit around the table and talk. We want to sit around the table and help be part of the solution. You want to keep us at arm's length and come to us, then expect us for the answers to negative points. That's your prerogative. I'm just imploring you to come back to the basics. The point of this, right? The public is genuinely spoken. We've had a full auditorium in here of people wanting to speak anti the congestion charge. Okay? That congestion charge is dead. I like your statement, Mr. Black. Thank you very much. It is as dead as the dodo. It's as dead as the parrot, right?
Quite agree.
Let's move forward with it. Take that off the table and let's sit round the table and try and find answers to this. I was mocked. People said to me online during these debates, what's your idea? I was mocked when I said, I've had the good pleasure in my life, despite my erstwhile physique, to have been skiing a few times. And in skiing, you get multi-person transport above ground. Oh, but the good people of Cambridge, that might spoil some of the views. If you had an arterial one of them going down the major roads and bringing them into the centre, and from the pickup points of the buses, here we go. So don't say we're devoid of ideas, right? Sit round the table and explore them. Or you could rather flippantly, having failed miserably to believe in them, sit there and giggle at them when they come out. That's your choice. Absolutely your choice. Can I just remind everybody, right? Sorry, can I just remind everybody in the last few seconds of this summing up, okay? I am today the David Fairclough of the Conservative Party. I am super sub standing in for our leader, Steve. I'm very happy to do so. I think he's made a very open approach here today for dialogue and talk, regardless of what people think, right? You have misread it. You've felt you're wounded because you didn't get what you wanted, right? It's time to listen and sit around the table and talk. That's all we're asking for, and that's all the motion does. Thank you, Chair.